Welcome back. Another episode of On the Streets. Um, I don't know. Does anybody else find it real odd that the more videos I post, the more my subscribers uh, get subtracted? I don't know how that works. I mean, I keep on. Seems like when I post a lot of videos and then I lose subscribers. If I don't post a video for 3 or 4 days, my subscriptions go up. Well, how does that work? So it's obviously something screwing up with with the algorithms at YouTube. We know that they don't want the truth out there, so we know that they're messing with us, and so this is where you guys come in. I need your help to counter this. If you like what I'm doing here, you're a subscriber, keep on resubscribing because you know they're knocking off subscribers. They'll be knocking you off. So keep abreast of that. Look at it, see if you're still subscribed, and then hit the bell for notifications. And more importantly, share these things. So I can keep on building up subscriptions. We can get this going here. It's the only way I know how to fight this thing. Trying to place ads and things like that doesn't work because I don't accept the ads. Again, this is swimming against upstream, and we're fighting on their battlefield, which is hard to win. We're on their grounds, but we got to fight because this is it. This is where it is. So, pertaining to this video, I got to take the good, the bad, and the ugly out here from what I hear. This is a former defense contractor and an alleged conservative, says he works with Republicans, who's not a big Trump fan. And he says some things, I don't know, he sounds more like a Democrat or a RINO than he does anything else. But I'll let you decide. I mean, is he telling the truth? Is he a shill? I have to be careful they don't put people out there to spread misinformation and whatnot. I'm sure Donald Trump hasn't been an angel all his life, and I imagine he's a pretty ruthless person to do business with. Whatever. And I imagine he is upsetting a lot of people. I don't find any of that a problem. Some of these people need to be upset, knowing what we know about the deep state and the globalists and their end game and goal for us. But then you listen to that ex-fireman I had in a recent video I talked to where he thinks Donald Trump was put in by the globalists as a way to relieve the pressure. But that's what I do out here. I listen to different people's opinions and put it all in the blender there, and then we come up with our own conclusions. So, listen to this one. Let me know your thoughts on it. Where do you think this guy is? I put some of my thoughts in there. One of the things about doing these videos, I never know who's going to walk up to me, what they're going to start saying. So it's not like I have scheduled today is. So I don't have notes on them and questions to ask. So I don't come up with the best questions at the time of the conversation. Not always thinking as sharp as I should. So I put a few of the comments or questions I should have asked in here. So let me know what you think. If you like it, you like it. If you care, you share. I can really use the support. So please go to my PayPal account and put something in the kitty at BadassUncleSam76 at gmail.com, or even better, go get something for your money at Threadless at badassunclesam.threadless.com. and spread the message. Help spread the message that way. So remember to share, hit the bell button, and do all that good stuff. Okay. So here we go. Let's get on the streets.
Government contractor.
Government contractor? What did you contract? What did you do for them?
Missile defense.
Not a little thing, which has been in the news not too long ago. I mean, the Donald said something about upgrading our missile defense system where nothing can get through. And is that even possible?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. There's always going to be somebody coming up with something to get,
Technology is changing so rapidly.
Yes.
In the old days, my company did missile defense systems before the wall came down. Worried about Soviet attacks based on the information that was gathered on what systems they had.
But don't they have aren't there systems now, don't we have like space platforms and where they could shoot missiles? I mean, even beyond that, I hear talk about laser weapons, pulse. I mean, it's even beyond missiles now, it seems.
Yeah. But what my company did back during the Cold War, they would.
Are we allowed to take pictures?
Sure, go right ahead.
They would simulate missiles attacking, and you had a team of engineers with the Air Force that all they did was specialize in war games. They sat there and played war games based on the information, what they had available to come at us, and they would develop defense systems.
Yeah.
Because none were ever shot, of course.
Yeah.
And that's what this group did, this group of engineers, and they all began retiring all about the same time. Then no one else was trained to do it. So the government wanted to hire them back, and they had to hire them back through a contractor. And that was our those engineers that they had trained all those years. It was such classified work they never brought a whole bunch of others into, and they didn't realize. But it's going by the wayside now. It's just that group is getting smaller and smaller.
Hey, how do you go back?
Technology is changing it.
Here we go.
But even if you get beyond humans and go more into computers, basically running everything now.
Oh yeah, AR.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Which is another problem in itself.
What we hear in the media and the general public is 30 years behind.
Oh, sure, I'm sure.
At least.
Well, that's why I say, they say Space Force. They're having well, I figure we probably already have a Space Force. I mean, there's got to be,
Trump is just about being able to put his name on something new. It's true.
Okay.
And a lot of other politicians, but he's just more outlandish about it.
Yeah.
He wants to do one a week, where others want one in a lifetime.
Yes. It's okay. I like the theater.
We got a lot of history with him. We understand him from long ago.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we dealt with him back in the casino days.
Yeah.
He stiffed everybody. I mean, if you're a New Yorker or New Jerseyer, you know he stiffed everybody his whole career.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He's not the guy you would want your daughter to marry.
Well, I've talked to other people that have done business with him. It seems to me like I've heard the good, the bad. If he, like the guy that did his first pipes in his first building.
His first what?
Put the pipes in his first building. And I asked him, well, how was he to do business with? So he called me in a room, he said, how much? And I gave him a price, and he said, knock $200,000 off of that, and I'll get you more business in the future, use my name, all that. So it worked out. He said, worked out great. He said, pay you, yeah. So,
oh, good. I haven't heard many of those.
Yeah. And, other people that have worked for him, worked at it, like at his, his golf courses and whatnot. How is he to work for? He says, like a groundskeeper for him. He says, he came out, he went around, talked to everybody in my crew.
And he came up to me and says, "You're doing a good job." Gave me a wad of money and said, "Here, pass it out to the guys." So, you know,
Wow.
yeah,
We never heard many of those.
yeah. So I mean,
My association was with the New Jersey Gaming Control Commission, because in those days they were a hard-line group. You know,
Yeah.
do casino business
Yeah.
there was unlike Vegas at all, unlike Nevada,
yeah,
and people constantly filed complaints against him. There were 7 other casinos, and the stack of complaints monthly were like this for the other 6, and for him it was like this, because he wasn't paying his bills, he wasn't customers complaining, employees complaining. So he just had a long documented history.
yeah. You see, I've heard both sides now.
Yeah.
I've been hearing, you know, that some bad, some good, you know, some in between, you know, yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
The financial institutions, which we got to know as well, because we had to approve. Anytime anyone did anything in finance, the Gaming Control Commission had to approve it. Make sure it wasn't the mob doing it.
Yes,
You know,
of course.
And all the financial institutions got stiffed by him. No one would loan him money to do anything after he went bankrupt in his last casino, the 3rd time.
But what do you think out of it, what he's doing now as a job as president? You think he's doing
I think
all right?
he's given us bad. It would be hard to come back from all of this.
Really?
Oh yeah, internationally. You know, you can't build a wall around your country and say fuck everybody else.
Well,
in
I don't know if
today's
he's doing
world,
that, you know. I mean, I think because again, I'm hearing different stories out here.
yeah, no, I understand.
And what I think, because the people that are living on the border, and I've spoken to people living right there on the border, they say they do have a problem. I mean, they're, you know, their properties constantly being inundated. They got to deal with the drug dealers, smugglers. They got to
Let
deal
me
with.
give you an example of technology today, beyond the wall.
Oh yeah, yeah.
10 years ago, when I've been out of DC 10 years now. 12 years. 12 years. I used to eat regularly with the guy who developed the drone system. He was 28 years old. They'd fly him all over the world, synchronizing these drones for the Afghanistan and Iraq war. They would sit behind a console in California and watch these guys. And they could pinpoint that guy and fire a missile in a car and only kill him. This was 12 years ago. So a point being is, there's technology today that goes well beyond the expense of
Oh
the wall.
yeah, but indeed, but I think the wall stops the obvious and the low tech, the ones that are, you know, how you don't want to like kill some poor jerk that's just trying to escape, you know, the oppression he's getting in his country.
But my point is, they can identify somebody moving
Oh yeah, I'm sure they
and
can.
have someone there within minutes.
Oh, I have no doubt that the technology exists to go ahead and create a virtual wall that would do something there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They call it a smart wall.
Yeah, but why not do both?
Because the expense, you know, the expense of a solid barrier. I forget how much it is a mile they're estimating. But two, you know, I know one Indian tribe. I'm from an Indian tribe, so I know one reservation down there in Arizona, where, you know, throughout the history of their tribe, it wasn't their fault. The United States bought
Oh yeah.
and split their reservation.
Yeah, right. You know, I
So,
know.
you
Yeah.
know, they go back and forth, all their relatives.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, you put up a wall and they can't even go to church over here. In the middle of their reservation.
so-
Like, they have like 1.5 million acres. Huge reservation. Huge.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of those kinds of things down there where it doesn't make sense. It's not practical.
I spoke to a man yesterday from Colombia, indigenous, right, who said indeed like, you know, even the countries down there at one time were all one nation or, you know, part of one people. So, you know, these whole other arbitrary borders were put up later that really don't mean anything because the people are still the same.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, in all the way. So indeed, yeah. So you're saying that we could do it just through technology then?
Oh, much cheaper too.
Much cheaper. Yeah. So why do you think he's building the
It's
wall?
symbolic because that was part of his platform. And they're now telling him, you know, to maintain your base. His goal right now in the politics of things is to maintain his base so that they can force at least 34 senators to not vote for his impeachment. Because they need a 2/3 majority. So his whole game now is consolidated. He's backed against the wall into keeping 34 senators on his side.
On the economic front, though, as
That's
far
his
as
end game right now.
Yeah.
And that's where he's at. He's at his end game.
but I mean, he's supposed to come out the Monday with the State of the Union speech, touting the
Tuesday night, yeah.
the economic success that's it's been happening.
But
The job, and I've talked.
I'm a Republican, been a conservative for years, working in the conservative leadership.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, what I tell my friends, because I live in a rural community, they watch Fox News and that's it, so they don't know what's really happening in the world.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of my friends and relatives that are getting in a pissing match with them. Just don't go all in yet with it. Because the theory now from Washington Republicans, the majority up there, is they're playing him along, and he's now coming to an end of his rope. The thought process now is that they're going to have him where he's going to probably resign to keep his kids out of jail and his family and himself when he does
Really?
get out of office. But yeah, that's the prediction right now, where it's going.
But don't you think a lot of this? I mean, I understand that he is an outsider. He is someone that has. I mean, because some of the things that he has done that I do know are positive is he has been going after a lot of the pedophiles and the pedophile rings, which permeates a lot of the elite class. They have been catching. I mean, the power structure, the powers that be, use different things to blackmail and coerce others to do what they want. And one of of course, sex has always been a big player in that, in black people. So he has been, and I've talked to the guys that were in some of the task force, they have been busting an awful lot of pedophile rings and working their way up to some of the top elites. And he's strong on that. Don't you feel that possibly because of that they might be going after him because he is upsetting a lot of the power structure?
Maybe so, but what's really got him is in New York, the Southern District of New York, the U.S. Attorney's Office has been after him for a long time. And what opened it up was when he got elected.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Come close, like we like each other.